The distinctive voice of the Sugar Hill Gang. This one is called the Sugar Hill Groove. I like this one because it makes you bounce a little bit. And this one is actually famous. This one is actually it actually has the legendary Tito Puente in the middle of this. And like I said, this is probably one of the most famous rap songs of all time because hit the chord that'll shake this place. There you go. Anyway, when I talk about the beginning of rap, beginning of hip hop, and I always have to come back to this song because this is one of the most interesting and, like I said, one of the most famous songs that actually stood the test of time. If you listen to this song, you'll basically hear a lot of different stuff that made the Sugar Hill Gang distinctive and basically put themselves above the rest when it came to like the earlier groups and basically laid down the format for basically every rap group. Love Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill is great. There you go. And salt and French fries. I had to play that a little bit. I had to drop this down a little bit. Sugar Hill, can't get enough of that Sugar Hill. That makes you do the freak. And like I said, this is probably one of my most memorable songs that I've listened to. Like I said, mostly throughout my life. You know, like I said, I grew up with the old school rap, and like I said, we're basically taking a look at all the old school rap gangs and rap groups. I didn't say gang, rap groups of all time. You know, and like I said, you know, this is a good, like I said, good rap song that you know, interesting. Very, very interesting and very, very distinctive. You know, I'm trying to basically pump myself up to do this podcast episode this week. Well, if you didn't know, yesterday, my boys, Ohio State Buckeyes, fell to Michigan once again, and like I said, you know, it's just hard. It's hard. For the third straight year, Ohio State has lost. Michigan has beaten us. And, you know, like I said, I'm a fair sport about things. You know, I'm really, you know, it's disheartening. It's upsetting. But, you know, I look at it this way. You know what? The better team won, and I give Michigan all the credit. I give them a lot of credit because, like I said, you know, if it's not us, Ohio State, I'd rather have a good representative going into the you know, Big Ten championship, which I know that they're going to beat the mess out of Iowa. They're already a 20-point favorite right now. If you're looking, you know, if you start looking at the books and everything. You know, I gotta give them credit because they played mistake-free football. And when you play mistake-free football, you win. The interception at the beginning of the game and the interception at the end of the game killed us. It really did. Now, like I said, I can come up here and make all the excuses I can for Ohio State or whatever, but I can't do it. And, you know, all year I've been really skeptical about this team. And I have to be. I have to be skeptical because, this is how I am. I'm very skeptical. I didn't see anything that made this team special enough to beat Michigan. But that's how it goes, I got to give the interim coach, Sherrod Moore, credit. Even though I didn't think that he was able to match up with Ryan Day in this one without Jim Harbaugh. But, the better team won. Got to give him credit. Not a sore loser. When I win with grace. When I lose with grace. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Ohio State is not the best football team in the Big Ten. Michigan is. I have a friend of mine that lives down in Florida. And if you guys know him on Twitter, he is Rob in the 321. He is one of the biggest Michigan fans of all time. And you know what? As long as I've been knowing Rob, Ohio State has not beaten Michigan. And like I said, I usually, we chat all the time. We tease each other. We bag on each other all the time about Ohio State, Michigan. But one thing that I always do, I always congratulate him as soon as the game is over. For the third straight year, I've had to congratulate him and give him the credit. And like I said, this is something that I am supposed to do. Because like I said, I can't be a sore loser. And that's not my DNA. Like I said, I win with grace and I lose with grace. And yeah, this year was a little bit different because of, all the stuff that Michigan went through. And yeah, they could be talking a lot. They could be talking it up a lot. But you know what? They earned it. They earned it. I'm not going to make any excuses. When you play mistake-free football, you win. There's a lot of glaring questions that I have, and I know that the coaching staff of Ohio State have to deal with. And there's very, very tough decisions. Special teams need to be better. They definitely have to. The punting game was, it was just atrocious. Michigan had a punter that I watched the week before against Maryland that pinned Maryland a couple of times to the point where Maryland couldn't even, couldn't do anything. And like I said, when you do something great, you have to be, complimented for it. Their special teams and everything was great. Ours wasn't. Offensive line needs to be fixed. And from what I see and what I hear about the offensive line recruits that are coming in, they're not really glaring superstars that are coming in. That's one of the problems that needs to be fixed. On the final interception, basically the offensive line got blew up. They were all in Kyle McCord's face. I think he got hit, and he should have got the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr., and he threw the interception. The offensive line needs to be fixed. There's some tough decisions for Marvin Harrison, Ibuka, and Denzel Burke. Are they going to come back, or are they going to leave? When Michigan lost, the last time they lost to Ohio State, they basically made a pact to come back and get this right. And they said that they was going to come back and, try to refocus and rewrite the ship. And they basically did. They did. They came back. Corum came back. Edwards came back. All these guys. They came back and they won the last three. It's hard. It's hard to think about. It's hard to discuss. And like I said, earlier in the year, and a lot of people said Ryan Day gonna have to win this game because he could be out, could be looking for another job. I don't think so. I really don't think so. And let me explain something to you. If we fire Ryan Day, who are we gonna get? Here's a list of names that I thought of. Lance Leopold from Kansas. Nah, I think he's pretty much set on being in Kansas. I know this coach that he took a couple small programs and built them up. And he's starting to build up Kansas now, and I think that he might be able to stay there for a while. The coach from North Dakota State University, Chris Coleman, no, I don't think so. Mark Stoops from Kentucky, I think he might be taking that Texas A&M job. Jimbo Fisher, next. Mike Elko from Duke, nah. Kyle Whittingham, nah. Dion, oh, come on. Ohio State is, one of those classy places. They don't really need the limelight. They don't really need the hype. I like Dion. I think Dion's good for Colorado, but not Ohio State. No. I even said that I thought Ryan Day would be fired after this game. But you know what? I really had to sit back and listen. Listen to myself think about this. And then basically look at the big picture. This program is going to be fine. But the thing about it is that, Michigan didn't figure this out. Harbaugh figured this out. And the thing is that when you have speed and finesse like Ohio State has, Michigan just came back with power and strength. And basically that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. I've seen a lot of the plays where the offensive line was getting blown up. The defensive line was getting blown up. When they brought in number 10 for quarterback, they wasn't even ready for that. Wasn't even a lot of big plays other than when their offensive lineman got hurt. The next play after that, Corum runs in for a touchdown. a lot of things have got to be fixed for Ohio State. And no, I don't want them to backdoor in. No. You know what? Put them down at about like maybe 10 or 11. Get them out on the New Year's Day bowl game. And just let them play. I got a feeling that some of these guys that are on the team right now might not even play in a bowl game. Some of them might be getting ready for pros. And like I said, with those three, Harrison, Abuka, and Burke, you never know. They might just say, you know what, we're going to skip this game or whatever and not come back. You know, a lot of holes. A lot of holes need to be filled. Travion Henderson didn't even really have a great game on the ground, and tell you the truth, the running game didn't do really nothing at all. Trevain, he had a couple good runs, but other than that, they didn't do really too much. And I gotta admit, Michigan's better. Michigan is better. But if you listen to me at the beginning of this year, I felt that this team was in trouble. Building up wins and, win over Notre Dame and a win over Penn State is good, but Michigan was a lot better, and I got to give them credit. Here's a couple little things from the press conference from Ryan Day right after the game.
In a nutshell, what's your take on this game? Obviously, it was hard fought. You guys got some rhythm going on offense, and then whatever it did that last play, what were you looking for there? Kyle got hit, looked like it was the ball.
Yeah, they were in the zone coverage, and we needed a touchdown there. I think right inside of 30 seconds, and they were in a deep coverage there. So I'm not sure even if he had gotten hit, what would have happened there. But it looked like he got hit, and then they made a nice play.
What feeling you got to say yourself right now?
Hard to describe. Just sick. The fact that we came up short in this game. You work your whole year for it, and we came up short. So,
Right next door, Larry Lage, AP. Can you explain your thinking early on, not going in for it on fourth down, and at the end of the first half, not trying to pick up the first down? Before the clock ran down.
Yeah, well, I felt like at 52 yards, it was worth a field goal there. If you don't get it on, I think it was 4th and 2, 4th and 3, somewhere in there. You had no points, and I felt like it was worth the opportunity to kick the field goal at least. If we come up short there, then it's turnover and down. So I felt like that was the right move. And then early in the game, around midfield, just didn't want to give them any momentum. Felt like we could pin them down and play defense. I thought we were playing pretty good early on.
We're doing right. Austin Ward podcast. When it was like you went out to get more of an explanation on the Denzel play from Wilson down there. Did you ever get one? What did they explain to you?
Yeah, I was told that it was called on the field a touchdown, and because of that, it was upheld. I didn't quite understand exactly how that was, but that's what they said.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Michigan on the ball for the final 8 minutes of the game. What was back and see that sequence forward for Michigan?
Yeah, just they did a nice job running the ball, and we ended up hanging on the end, giving our offense a chance to win, but too much time off the clock there. We got to get a stop and get off the field.
Clay Aldo, SYX.
How would you rate Kyle's performance? 18 of 30, almost 300 yards. The decision making,
Yeah, in this game, you got to win the rushing yards and you got to win the turnover battle, and we did neither of those things. So, if that's not going to happen, we're not going to win this game.
Dan, Dan Letzel, Yahoo.
The key play proposed huge
stage, so much going on. What did you tell them you want to share after losing the game?
Yeah, I try to keep, what we talk about in the locker room to ourselves, but we're all disappointed. We know that what this game means to so many people, and so to come up short is certainly crushing, not only just because you invest your whole year in it. And we know at Ohio State what this game means. And so, there's a locker room in there that's devastated. And it wasn't a lack of effort, but again, we didn't win the rushing yards, we didn't win the turnover battle. So you're not going to win a game.
Is it possible to close the door in the back over here? Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Ryan, you guys put points on all four second half guys here. What did you see on that they were able to get successful with points on every drive?
Yeah, I felt like they were able to establish a run a little bit there and kept the good rhythm going. I felt like that happens a lot in games like this. You kind of go back and forth a little bit in the second half, so that was fairly normal. I felt like the guys were doing a good job early on in the game, but ultimately it comes down to getting stops and then finishing drives on offense.
Mason Barrett, Cleveland.com.
Brad, you mentioned the lack of rushing success. Do you see any common denominator as to why you were able to get traction?
I think there was some traction for sure. Yeah, there was certainly one drive in particular. I felt like we were really rocking off the ball and we were doing a good job. I don't know ultimately what the final numbers were, but I feel like when you go into this game, you got to win rushing yards, and it didn't happen. I don't know what the final numbers were, but they had more than we did, and that's a big part of controlling the game. Certainly has to do with the last couple drives, and then also. And then turnover battle. And I'd like to say it's more than that, but I'm not sure it is.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right quick. But, like you said, it's just a lot of different things, a lot of different factors. And, like I said, when you don't run the ball effectively like you did, and like I said, Travion Henderson was one of the main cogs that made this team click for the last couple of weeks. When you take him out of the equation and basically shut down, Marvin Harrison, there's no way of winning this game. There's no way. All right, I'm gonna give you some numbers right here, and this is after the great Woody Hayes took over after he had, after he had retired, or when he was, fired for punching the kid from Clemson back in 1978. This is what basically all the coaches have done against Michigan. Earl Bruce was 5-4. John Cooper was 2-10-1. Listen to that. John Cooper was 2-10-1. Jim Tressel was 9-1. Lou Fickell was 0-1. He was an interim coach. Urban Meyer was 7-0. And now Ryan Day is 1-3. Now, if you explain to me how John Cooper was there from 1988 to 2000, 111 wins and 43 losses, 4 ties. He was 2-10 against Michigan. Ryan Day is only 1-3. And like I said, I was really disgusted. And I was like, what, fire? Who are we going to get? We're not going to get anybody. This is the best coach we have. This is what we're going to go with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go do the college wrap. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to go to halftime. I'm only going to talk about college football and pro football on this episode. shouts at the end, because this is the last Saturday of the month, and I wanted to make sure that there's a lot of new people that I want to touch base, and I want to make sure that I get in. All right, so Ole Miss beat Mississippi State on Thursday night. That was Thanksgiving. They beat them 17-7. Now, some of these games are going to go away. Some of these, this is the last time we're basically going to be talking about some of these games. So, Oklahoma yesterday beat TCU 69-45. That's the last time Oklahoma is going to play TCU in a while, because Oklahoma is going to go to the SEC. Texas beat the hell out of Texas Tech 57-7. And that was the last time Texas is going to play Texas Tech. End of the year, I remember that one game where Michael Crabtree beat Texas. And like I said, there's a lot of bittersweet thoughts about most of these games here. And like I said, this was with Ohio State and Michigan. This was the last time that it really, really meant something, because next year these two teams might play at the end of the year, and then these two teams might play again in the Big Ten championship game. You never know. Oregon beat Oregon State 31-7. That's the last time you're going to see that game. Kentucky upset Louisville 38-31. Now, there was two teams in this in college football this year that really impressed me, and I thought that they made the biggest leap into the top 25, and then, biggest surprises. Louisville was one of them. Louisville is going to play Florida State next week for the ACC championship. The other team that I was looking at is Arizona. Arizona pounded Arizona State 59-23. Think about this game. This game is the last game that this is going to be in the Pac-12, because both of these teams are going to the Big 12, and I guess they're going to keep their rivalry over there. Iron Bowl, Alabama escapes 27-24 over Auburn. The Apple Bowl, this is the last one. This is going to happen, is Washington beat Washington State 24-21. That was a really, really good game. Washington State was really on these guys, and, late field goal for Washington to win that game. Florida State, without their quarterback, remember last week we had talked about Jordan Travis when he got hurt. They beat Florida 24-15. Georgia, no problems with Georgia Tech, 31-23. Like I said, most of these games are going to, we're not going to see Oregon State anymore. We're not going to see Washington State, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, TCU. Texas won't play TCU. None of these. It's gonna be really, really messed up next year, I think. All right, so if I have to rank my top 5 in college, number 1 would be Michigan, because, like I said, they beat the number 2 team in the polls, so you might as well just give them the number 1 spot. Georgia, Washington, Florida State, I actually had Ohio State 5th, but, like I said, with Texas winning, Alabama winning, that could push those two teams up a little bit further. And I wouldn't be surprised if later on today, tomorrow, or Monday, that Ohio State will not be in the top, probably won't be in the top 7 or 8, because, like I said, they shouldn't back in. And, a New Year's Bowl game is nice, but you know what? You should have beat Michigan, and you have to earn the right to play in a New Year's 6 game. All right, so talked a lot. This is the first half. I'm going to end it on this, and like I said, I'm going to go to halftime right now. And like I said, I'm just really disappointed in the fact that this is the 3rd straight year that we got beat. And I think that Ohio State should be a little bit better. But all the credit goes to Michigan. It's not about us. It's about them right now. And if you was listening to the speech by Ryan Day, you heard the celebrations in the background. They earned it. Like I said, I don't like that other word, deserve, because, the only thing that you deserve is an ass kicking. And Ohio State got that today. All right, so let's go to halftime, you guys, and hang with me. We'll be right back right after this. This is the first half, and this is the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast, episode 195. I'll be right back right after this. Here's our voice actress lady.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
Welcome back to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. This is episode 195. I was actually went out to grab something to drink and check on this Guru and everybody's okay. I'm just glad that I have new friends, and I'm really, really, excited about meeting new people and meeting new friends. One of them is my man JP. He's actually the host of the TBC, the Toilet Bowl Club, which I am a member of. And like I said, Shorty and Miss Angie and a lot of the people inside the Toilet Bowl is really, really cool. I mean, I love, listening to these guys and ladies every Saturday morning. I got into a habit of making sure I get up around 6 o'clock so I can tune into Mad Dog Sports and listen to the podcast or the episode of Mike Babchick and Britt and Louie while they do their thing. And then after that, I usually click over to Podbean and I'll listen to my man JP. One of the other guys I wanted to mention was Dex. Now, he has a podcast that I checked out. It's called The Couch Potato Sports Report. And if you go on Twitter, they're called at The Couch Spot. And really good stuff. They talk a lot about Atlanta sports. And, like I said, my son lives down in Atlanta. He got married in Texas, but he's going to be moving back to Atlanta. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye and, definitely, keep up on the Atlanta sports, which I do. I keep up on all sports. But I definitely, like I said, now I have a like a little bit of an inside feel for Atlanta sports, which is good because, like I said, I want to make sure that I'm in touch with everybody. I have a good baseball source. I have a good basketball source, and like I said, trying to find a football and a hockey source. I have a hockey source too. My man, like I told you, my man Jeff Duarte is my hockey source, and he's a really, really good guy as well. All right, so how about we talk a little bit of fantasy now? Last week was the first time this ever happened. I went 3-0, which is good. It's not bad. I'm still battling, trying to figure out if I'm going to make the playoffs in my league, which is kind of cool because, like I said, it doesn't matter if I do or not. But I'm up against my son this week, and he's a beast. He's like 9-2. He's the number one team in the league, and I'm in the same division with the best team in the league. So I'm having a hard time. Now, I could go 0-3 this week. And believe me, the way things have been going and basically, talking about how Ohio State just got beat and everything, yeah, I could go 0-3. All right. Now, before I go into the NFL picks of the week, let's talk about a couple things from the NFL. First of all, let's talk about the Thanksgiving games. Thanksgiving games were pretty interesting. I actually got out a little bit early and went over to Mom's house for Thanksgiving, and we went really early. I don't know why, but had to go really early. But anyway, Green Bay beat Detroit 29-22. I was watching a little bit of this game, and Jordan Love looked pretty decent. He looked pretty decent. Detroit was, all the hype was for them to win this game because this was like the first time in a long time that Detroit was decent. And guess what? They fell on their face. So, Detroit is a good team. But they still lead that division. But we still don't know what Minnesota's going to do. And we still don't know what Jefferson is going to do. But you never know. We'll see what happens. All right, so you got Dallas just putting the beat down on Washington, 45-10, and I guess we could say now that Ron Rivera is probably done. They just fired my man Jack Del Rio, and Washington's done. They're he's done. He's done. San Francisco beat up on Seattle 31-10. I was kind of surprised because Brock Purdy didn't have a gigantic game, and that kind of affects me in the fantasy because I have Purdy on both my fantasy teams, 2 out of the 3, and it's like I said, that's going to probably hurt me for fantasy this week. But 31-10, Seattle over Seattle. Seattle did have a couple good plays, but just didn't have enough to beat San Francisco. And McCaffrey looked pretty good. Ayuk looked pretty good. Everybody. The defense even looked better. They looked great. So, let's talk about the Jets. The first ever Black Friday game. And we had to watch the Jets and Miami. Whew. That was tough. After I went out shopping early Black Friday. I was up at about 4. I got out about maybe 5. And, I was actually back home by about 9:30 or so. But, when I ended up coming back home, I ended up taking a nap, went to sleep. And then after that, I, wanted to get up and make sure I watched the Jets. I actually had on my black Jets jersey, what they were wearing. And guess what? All hell broke loose. This team is pathetic. I hate to say it. This team is pathetic. I don't think Rodgers is going to save them this whenever he decides to come back. He said he's about 2 weeks away. I don't know. Their season is done. It's going to take a miracle. And I don't know what the miracle is, but, no Zach Wilson. We had to watch Tim Boyle, whoever his name is. I don't know. This was really, really tough to watch. Breece Hall couldn't get loose. Garrett Wilson had a couple catches, but, the dumb penalties. The Hail Mary pick six. Oh, my gosh. Oh, the Jets. The Jets are so disappointing. I don't know. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go to the NFL picks of the week. Voice actress lady, help me out here. All right, why is this not playing?
And now it's time for Guru's NFL Picks of the Week.
Thank you, voice actress lady. Appreciate you. All right. Like I told you guys, what I usually do is I go to my favorite app, which is BetMGM, and I take all these lines are from BetMGM. The remaining games, like I said, there's no bye week this week because of Thanksgiving. We had 3 games on Thanksgiving Day, and then we got, a slew of games here. The 1 o'clock window looks like this. New Orleans is a 1.5 point favorite over Atlanta. In Atlanta, give me New Orleans. Enough said about Atlanta. Jacksonville is a 1.5 point favorite over Houston. In Houston, this could be a winner take all for the division game. Houston is pretty good. But I still think that Jacksonville has a little bit something left in this team that can push them over the edge. And they got surprised last time by Houston. Give me Jacksonville in this game. Going with the Jacksonville. Lay the 1.5 points. The Giants are at home. They're playing the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are a 4-point favorite. You know what? I'm going to take the Giants in this one. Tommy DeVito played pretty good. He looked pretty good. Give me, I don't know what the hell New England's doing, but give me the Giants in this one. Give me the plus 4 points. Pittsburgh is at Cincinnati. Cincinnati don't have Joe Burrow, and Pittsburgh is a 2-point favorite. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh in this one. Mike Tomlin is still Mike Tomlin. Tampa Bay is going into Indianapolis, and Indianapolis is a 2.5 point favorite. I'll take Indianapolis on that. Carolina and Tennessee. Tennessee is a 3.5 point favorite. You know what? I think Carolina can beat them. Tennessee is just basically pathetic this year. So give me Carolina. Give me the 3.5 points. I'll take Carolina. All right. So at the 4 o'clock window, we have the Los Angeles Rams are going into Arizona. Arizona is getting 2.5 points. You know what? Give me the 2.5 points. I'm going to take Arizona to win this game. Kyler Murray played pretty good, coming back off of his long injury, whatever he had. Cleveland is in Denver. Denver is a 1.5 favorite. I really like Cleveland. I like DTR. Ford should have a pretty good game, hopefully. Denver's been playing pretty good. So give me Cleveland. I'm going to take the 1.5 and give me Cleveland. Buffalo is going into Philadelphia. Philadelphia is now the best team in the league right now at 9-1. They could go to 10-1. 3-point favorite for Philadelphia. I'll lay the 3.5 or 3 points and take Philadelphia on that one. And like I said, Philadelphia fans, I'm taking you. I'm taking you. All right, Kansas City is a 9-point favorite over the Raiders. Give me the points and the Raiders. I think that Kansas City will win this game, but give me the Raiders and give me the 9 points. All right, the 8 o'clock game is Baltimore and the LA Chargers. Baltimore is pretty good. Chargers, you don't know what you're going to get from them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Ravens, my hometown Ravens. Give me the Ravens 3 points. Monday night is another, beauty, whatever you want to call this. Chicago is in Minnesota. Minnesota's getting 3 points. Give me Minnesota. I'll lay the 3 points. Give me Minnesota. Okay, like I told you, there's not that many games this week. Okay, I'm taking New Orleans, Jacksonville, the Giants, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Carolina, Arizona, Cleveland, Philadelphia, the Raiders. Give me 9 points. Baltimore, and I'm laying the 3 points with Minnesota. Okay, so it's about like maybe close to about almost 3:30 in the morning here, and basically I watch Saturday Night Live. Not really sleepy that much, but because I took a really nice long nap after watching that mess with Ohio State. I watch Saturday Night Live. I actually have SEAL Team on the television right now. And like I said, I'm just kind of like getting this done so I can basically get it done, get it out, and go to sleep. Probably, go to sleep up until about maybe 8 or 9 in the morning or whatever, get up and then get the dogs out and make sure that they, get their food and everything. All right, so tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break, go to break right quick. I'll be back with shouts, and really don't have anything really to talk about television this week. Only because, actually I've been watching SEAL Team a lot. Because I forgot they basically went on to streaming and Paramount Plus, and I do have my Paramount Plus. Like I said, I bought this brand new Marvin Harrison jersey. I'm going to be wearing that, I guess, now until he makes his decision, until he decides if he's going to go into the NFL or not. But right now, hopefully Jacksonville can win. I can wear my Jacksonville jersey again. I was able to last week because they won. But other than that, I probably won't be wearing a Jets jersey no more this year. Other than that, like I said, just been traveling. Traveling was good because, like I said, I went out on Monday and I went out on Tuesday. Tuesday I spent the night. I woke up Wednesday morning. It was actually raining pretty hard, and I didn't have to really rush back to the yard, so I stayed in, slept in a little bit, and drove back in Wednesday, and I was off by about like maybe Wednesday midnight or Wednesday noon. I'm sorry. Like I said, hey, it's after 3 o'clock in the morning here. So, I'm basically just trying to, get my bearings and everything. And like I said, I'm up now, 3 o'clock in the morning or so. I might just, like I said, I got to get this thing edited and put it out. And basically after that, I'm probably going to go right back to sleep. All right, so we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with shouts, and we're going to wrap this thing up. Like I said, you guys, this is episode 195 of the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast. I'll give you the particulars and the shouts on the other side. You guys hang with me. I'll be right back right after this. Here's the voice actress lady.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast. This is episode 195. And what I usually do at the end of the month, at every last Saturday of the month during the year, all I do is I like to give people shout outs. And like I said, I have a lot of friends, a lot of new friends that I really enjoy and I really appreciate. And like I said, I mentioned before that I mentioned my buddies from the TBC. I mentioned them, and I mentioned my man Dex. He has a, his thing that he does. And like I said, I really appreciate that. And I thought that one of the things that I wanted to do, if I ever got into a podcast or do anything, whatever, I always wanted to give recognition to, a few people and make sure that they, know that I thank them for listening to this, because, like I said, there's other podcasts or whatever you can listen to, but like I said, with me, I want to make sure that I give back and I do something cool, something kind of fun. All right, so before I go into that, I got a little message from one of my friends. Her name is Noelle, and she's basically in a contest, and I want you to listen to her little what she had to say.
Happy Saturday. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. 5 days left. Thursday at 10 p.m. the contest might end for me. I'm still in 4th place, and for some reason, even though everybody is voting, my place is not moving. Anyway, I just want to say thank you. Please, don't give up on me. Keep voting every day until Thursday. I'm thinking that if there's a small miracle, I can move up from 4th place to 1st place. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's out having a good time. I'm heading out to meet some friends for a drink. And cheers to all of you. Have a good night. Love you all.
Okay, she's in a contest called Vote Fab 40. And, like I said, I've been voting for her, and I make sure that, I give her a shout out because, like I said, she's, good people. I like I said, I have a lot of good friends, and she basically was in 1st place for a long time, and then she slipped down to 4th. So if you can vote for it on votefab40.com. All right, so like I said, I promote a lot of stuff that I just. This is what I do. Like I said, I like to promote people, and I like to promote things that I believe in. And like I said, I don't have any, national sponsors or anything like that. But the thing about it is that, my friends, they get the benefit of, me pushing their product to make sure that they get the recognition that they earn. They earn by me. So, like I said, everybody has a lot of different things they want to do things, but that's one of the things that I do, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that, when I when I'm your friend and you ask me to promote something, I do it for you. That's not a problem. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the Sugar Hill Groove. We're going to give shouts, and I got like maybe, 2 or 3. I got 2 pages full of people I got to give shouts to this month. So, without further ado, the Sugar Hill Gang, Sugar Hill Groove. I'm going to play it again from the beginning. It's going to play the whole thing, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't take me 9 minutes to get through this. This song is 9 minutes long. All right, you guys, like I said, hold tight. Sugar Hill Gang is coming up right about now. All right, I got to give a shout out to, like I said, Noel, First, Charlie, Chris, Denise, Jeff, Big Al, Kareem, Jamie Dorsey, Mike Fox, Kevin R., Mike, Anna, and Vernon. Let me turn this down a little bit so I can talk. All right, so I guess you can hear me now. Miss Ann Mare and her little guy Gus and her fiance Omar, cousin Marlon, Jill, Tierra, Birdie, Betty from work, D. Wright, Craig B., Roy Ferreira, Tina G., Star, Will, Lisa, cousin Beth, Keith, Joe Lackey, Christy Howard, Yakima NG, Yakima, Cooper Ferris. He's actually a doggy. I like him. He's on my Facebook page and he's really cool. My cousin LC Briscoe, Mark in Waterford, Jody and Joey. All right, some people from work: Brian, Ted, Jason, Hunter, Dylan, Tony, Betty. I did mention you. Kate, Christian, the 2 Justins, Adam, David Jones, Mark, and Omar. The people in the TBC, I want to give you guys a shout. JP, Syrup, Miss Angie, Mad Humper, Mir, Mike Babchek, Dex, TQ, Mariana, LV Rock, is that right? Central PA Foul, Ellie Debo, Ralph Williams Podcast, Timbo, Rambo Bright, and Homestead Handyman. There's a lot of people. All right, my people on Twitter, it's a lot of them. I got to give a shout to the DAs, D-Aliens, all the D-Aliens, all the Fouls, the Falmouth Legends, the Twitch Family Gang, Bella B, Jeff in Southland, Rick in Buffalo, Mel, Lori B, Adriana, Mariana, Justin, Eric and Nova, Ostrich Eyes, Sheila, JD, Sparks Gang. Thank you, Sparks Gang. Chris in Detroit. I know you're a Michigan fan. You shouted out to me earlier, and you know what? Congratulations. My man Rob in the 321, congratulations to you. You're also, like I said, big Michigan man. Senior, Art Bobart, Dan, Dixieland Dan, AJ, Steven Severna Park, Marie in Denver, Big Lair, Christian in Buffalo, Upside Down Mike, Vitamin D, Joe Malvasi. Also want to give shouts to my man Mraz, Mr. Andrew Bogish, Pat Ball, EJ Stewart, DA, Mike Babchek. I think I mentioned Mike Babchek. But all you guys, I appreciate you guys. My man Dave Shepard, appreciate you, Dave. all you guys I listen to in the morning, Mad Dog Sports guys, everyone out there. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys, and like I said, you guys, thank you for listening to this episode. I know it wasn't the best episode, but then again, I was kind of down and out because of my boys' loss. But you know what? I got to pick it up for next time. Next time I'll talk to you, it'll be December. Just think, it'll be December. And then I'll come back with episode 196. That's a lot of episodes. I can't even believe I did 196 episodes. That's something else. But anyway, like I said, I want you guys to know that I really appreciate you. Alright, so let me do the particulars. YouTube, you can find me on The Guru of Sports Show on YouTube. Facebook at Guru's Daily Shorts. You can find me at Guru's, Gurus, Guru's Briscoe. IG, I'm on the Guru Talkin Sports podcast _podcast on IG. Gmail me at gurusdailyshorts@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter or the X, whatever you want to call it, at MACKGTS_BB39. Threads, I'm on the Guru39 at threads.net. Snapchat, you want to Snapchat me? I'm at GMAC. Guru is on, like I said, the Guru is on Snapchat at GMAC. Find me on Spreaker, Spotify, Podbean. I'm on iTunes, iHeart. I'm on all that. You find it, I'm around. Now listen to this. This is a Tito Puente. Now while Tito's doing that, I'll pick this up. All right, big props and shouts to the Mary Mac Show on Grief. I'm gonna listen to hers right after I finish doing mine. Find her at the Grief Authority. Check out my man Blunt Thoughts and Blunt Recaps. My man Hector in Washington Heights, New York. Jeff Duarte at Cali Sports News. Find him. The young GM is Curtis, my cousin Curtis and his grandson. Check out all my D-aliens, all my fouls. Appreciate you, all my brothers and sisters, D-aliens and fouls alike. My hip-hop brother, my man Danny Rivera, Mr. Schick from the Mean Machine. My baseball insider is Mr. Dave May Jr. That's my man. He always giving me the info, and I appreciate you. The crew is me, Caden, and Dante. And rest in peace to Cousin Aaron. Like I said all the time, that this is a Black Goat production for Black Goat Sports. Copyright 2023. We don't hate. We always create. And we appreciate, and we don't steal from anyone. So anyway, like I said, everybody that we give credit to, we give credit. And we don't steal anything. We don't hate. We always congratulate. We always create and appreciate and don't steal from anyone. Say that again. All right, so you guys take care. We will be back next week with episode 196. And it's the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast. I'm going to let this play out. You guys take care. I'll talk to you. Later.